Thank you.
Do the whole thing?
Yeah, thank you so much, Shauna. I don't know why it muted us.
Bop, 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 bop.
All right. Okay, let's start again, y'all. It wasn't that you were slow.
I am slow. So, rewind. Hey, yo. Welcome to the wonderful world of HungryHeath. I'm not a classically trained chef. What I am is a self-taught home cook. I've studied under several television chefs. I have a PhD from YouTube University and a black belt in Google Food. I love to cook. One thing I love more than cooking is my wife, the sensational Shelly Eats Steak, a.k.a. The Warden.
Ooh.
Together, we host what you're watching right now, a Friday night feast. We cook up an entree, maybe a little snacks. It's been interesting even just chewing the fat with all our friends in the HungryHorde. Love when y'all tune in.
Yeah.
And I was trying to say, tonight is a little bit of a prelude to an upcoming video we're going to be doing. It's going to be focusing on my MS and some of the ways I treat it.
Oh, yeah.
Including food. To me, honestly, food is medicine.
Sorry, y'all.
And one of the there's three incredible foods that help me a lot. Number one is beef. Number two is the incredible edible egg, mainly being hard-boiled eggs. And number three is salmon, which is what we're going to have tonight.
Mm.
For some reason, I honestly haven't figured it out, but I just know I do extremely well with all three of those.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to fight it. And I enjoy all three, so why not?
Right.
And then what do we need to do next, though?
So we're going to do some Asian style. So I'm going to make some Asian style fried rice. Did you want the egg in the fried rice or
that's a
no?
good idea. I didn't
like
get
a
one
scrambled egg?
Kind of, yeah.
I just thought of it. Sorry.
It's always going to be that way, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you want just one or two?
Probably just one. Okay. Don't you think?
No, I was thinking two. One for each of us.
Well, that'd be a lot of egg in with the rice.
I like a lot of food.
I know you do.
And I like leftovers. Or you know what's also thinking, if we could do it afterwards, I want to top mine with fried egg. That's fine. I can just get one.
Okay. So we'll get an egg here, and then when he gets up to do that, he'll also get me some oil.
Oh, yeah.
So I can then...
Because honestly, what was going to happen, I was going to get that.
Is this plugged in?
Yeah, I thought.
Doesn't seem like it's getting hot.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
Would plug in all the way, I guess?
I guess. No.
You want the oil or you want the butter?
It's up to you. Dealer's choice.
I want butter. I love butter.
I like
Plus,
butter.
we probably finish off this stick.
Yeah.
That's all that's left. A screen close-up.
No. It messes with the computer when you do that, though.
I didn't even touch the computer.
No, I know, but it focuses in and out. There. All right. And then, do you want to get the egg now or later?
Yeah, I'll go get it.
So, I know we had a couple of comments before the chat likes to show them. So, sorry about that. I'll read those in a second. But welcome. And this is the last Friday night before Christmas. And we only have one more Friday night of 2024, y'all. This is the second to the last Friday night feast for 2024. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh. I just cannot. I'm just stunned. I'm just stunned that it's just going so fast. So yes, 2024 is almost over. So we're just going to have fun with this, y'all. And I hope everyone has a wonderful week ahead. Share if you want, whatever your plans are or what you're looking forward to for the last 11 days of the year. And then let me read a couple comments. So I know Laura was first, and she said, "What am I first? Happy Friday, everyone. See you in a few hours." Okay, Heath.
Let everybody know I'm here.
I know, but it makes the screen go in and out.
Go you in and out.
Shauna said, "Happy finally Friday, friends." Right?
Oh.
What?
Did you want the cauliflower?
Oh, yeah. You put it in the microwave. I think it says on the back. I think for 5 minutes or something. I know at Friday, finally, I know my work sister, she was also, I am so glad it is finally Friday. There we go. Perfect.
Can y'all read that though? Because
Yeah.
I can't. It's blurry to me. That's why I bring it closer. Because if I can see it, everybody can see it. But I don't want them to see it too well.
Not seen it too well. But anyways, so yeah, it has been a week, right? I am glad it's Friday, and I'm glad to finally get to, like, I would say relax, but we actually have a busy weekend, y'all. I've got my follow-up eye appointment tomorrow. This is different. The last time I went to a doctor, I didn't have to do this last year, but this year for my contacts, she got them in, and it's a free trial pair, and I'm going to go in tomorrow, try the new contacts on, and then she wants to check everything with them, like do a fitting of it. I don't know, y'all. But anyways, I have that appointment tomorrow afternoon. 444.
My eyes won't focus on me.
And so she wants so I have to actually go in for an appointment, y'all. So anyhow, but then I'll get my new contacts and we'll see how long I end up wearing them. So I'm kind of excited about that.
Speaking of eyes, she did a favor for me right before we went live. Because I've been having, y'all saw me the last couple of weeks having a little issue with my eye. Well, today, I was fine almost all day. The last couple of days, I've been having the same issue, but today it was even worse. Everything would look real fuzzy. It's almost like it was a TV, and it was you couldn't tune in the picture correctly. And everything was kind of hazy, and it's hard to read and everything. Whether it was my computer screen or on my phone, I couldn't see very well. So she set me up an appointment.
Yeah, so
Tuesday
he's got
next week.
No, not next week.
Week after.
Yes, the 31st.
Okay.
TweetTQ Cat is here, and she goes, "Hey, Shelly, Heath, and all you crazy, happy Friday!"
Howdy.
Hey, Lyd, how are you? Barely begun.
Oh, brother, how you doing?
Hey, Coda said, "Good evening, y'all. What's up?"
Howdy.
Let's see. Shauna said, "I did have a follow-up x-ray, and I have a phone appointment with my doctor on the 26th. So for now, doing what I've been doing." That's awesome.
That's awesome.
And Gigi's here. Hey, Gigi. She said, "Good evening, everyone. What's going on?" TweetQ Cat said, "That's okay. We can always turn on closed captioning." I don't even know if the closed captioning would work if like the sound's actually not even being inputted. I don't know how that works when you're muted. Anyway, Shauna said, "I'm turning on my hearing filter to make it sound like they said chicken when they fish." Right, because you don't like salmon. I'm sorry.
She didn't like me being healthy.
No, you remember, it's trauma. Childhood trauma. All right, now I'm just going to start with the onion. I'm trying to think of how I've heard it said before. My onion. Okay.
Don't be making fun of people's accents.
I'm not. I like hearing accents. I tried to dice this up. There. Get it all out, right? So we'll give that a couple minutes. And then we'll add some more here in a second. And then we're going to season the salmon. And then I guess on the egg, we can add the egg before we add the cauli rice.
All right.
So we'll give this a few minutes to cook down, get soft before we add the rest of our veggies.
Hold on, that's all thing.
He saw a thing.
And look, don't leave it like that because you're leaving marks on it.
Oh. TweetTQ Cat said, "Asian style fried rice. Yum." I know. I love fried rice, right? Anybody else? Rickwin is here. Hey, Joe said hello, hello.
Howdy,
Tonight's feast sounds so good. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Barely Begun said dinner for me is crumbled taco flavored Quest chips, shredded cheese, and sour cream all mixed together, and then gingerbread Ketochow fudge for after. Ooh, that all sounds amazing.
The only problem I have, honestly, that sounds really, really good. Every time I've looked at those chips, almond flour.
Yeah, aren't they made with almond flour?
Because all of them sound really, really good. I want them so bad, but I just don't want to.
Because they're like you said, with the crumbled taco flavored Quest chips. That's like what was it we used to get? Remember we put chips and then taco meat and sour cream and cheese.
Like a walking taco.
Yeah, kind of like that. That sounds so good. Yeah, that's a shame. We never really get like a crispy chip.
Yeah.
That doesn't have almond flour.
Like when I first went keto, I bought them and was eating them, but then when I learned I can't, I don't.
Yeah. Barely Began said, well, multiple bags of Quest chips, laugh out loud. Well, that's okay. It's still better than regular chips, and I bet they taste just as good. I don't know. I've never had them.
The other day, and a guy was doing it was like a taco truck or whatever, and the lady brought up like a whole bag, like a giant bag of the Doritos, the Cool Ranch or whatever it was, and just handed it to him, and he cut it across the top, like you're talking about the walking taco, and put all his meat on that, and gave him one giant one. But then he loaded French fries on top of that.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
So the microwave off. You want to grab it and add it now?
No, we don't need to. But if you want to start opening the salmon and seasoning those, that'd be awesome. 22Q Cat said the fancy holiday font again tonight. Yeah.
But remember what I was going to do though is I was going to hold the fish over this and let you season it. So any seasoning just falls in there. Okay. Don't waste anything.
And we're just doing the Trader Joe's 21 seasoning salute. Does anybody else like this stuff? I think it's so good. She goes, well, duh, we are a high-class channel here after all. That's right. The bougiest of bougie channels. Isn't that funny that there are actually influencers that their whole shtick is about like this extravagant lifestyle? And people actually like love to watch.
Like they're living vicariously through them?
I guess. I don't know. Has anybody watched that where you basically, I was listening, I forget what podcast, but they were saying that that people like to watch them like buying stuff or flying in their private jet or, you know, opening Hermes package.
See how the other half lives.
I guess. Well, the person I was listening to said it's just like this almost kind of like a worship of a lot of like of wealth. I don't know.
That's just so weird.
I mean to us, but some people like it, so. And then just a little bit further. There you go. All right. But yeah, there's one guy I watch. Can you put it up even? There you go. There you go. One guy I watch, his channel isn't specifically like supposed to be about wealth or whatever. It's supposed to up flat even. There you go. But he likes to have very aesthetically pleasing. So he doesn't do like a lot of shopping, but he has his partner is like this photographer, and he's also some kind of like social media photographer. And so they get invited to stay at these like gorgeous, and he's in the UK, and they get to stay at these gorgeous hotels and castles and estates. And so he goes there, and I'm thinking 407 minutes. So they go, and then he'll film all of that, or he'll film like when he's decorating his place in Edinburgh, and just showing like that life, but he's very, I like it. So the name of his channel is Nicholas Fairchild. I think that's right. Let me know if anybody watches it, but I like it because, like, as background noise, because I'm watching this while I'm at work, and his voice is very soothing. It's very calming, and he just yeah, you go ahead and get it out. He just talks at a very soft but a very, it's just a very soothing voice. And then he shows, just like very aesthetic, like this. I like it, but let's be real. I'm not going to be able to live like that, It's just, everything is just so freaking perfect and gorgeous. And I'm like, okay, that is lovely. That just ain't going to be my house. So maybe that's what it is. Like, I enjoy watching that and be like, ooh, that's so pretty. And like when he stays at these nice hotels that are like, thousands of dollars a night and stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. And the things they do. But yeah. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Ooh.
You just cut it open from the top like that, right?
Yeah, I try to shake it all down. But you can leave it like in the bag for a few more minutes.
Right. I just noticed it was kind of leaking.
Yeah, well, it's probably condensation.
Yeah. I figured it'd be better on the towel.
Yeah. Now I'm just adding in, guess what? Jalapenos. You know us. You gotta have.
Do we have any more of the
spice it up?
More of the serranos left? We already went through them.
Oh, we finished those up with that feta dip. That was so good, y'all. And did everybody see the short I put out last night of making the spicy sausage balls?
Oh my god, they were so good.
They were so good.
And I basically finished off that dip earlier for
oh,
lunch.
Nice. All right, Brenda F is here.
Howdy.
Hey, Brenda. She goes, yo, what's up? Sorry, my voice went out there a little bit. Oh, no. Shauna said, I'm doing okay today. I'm having a lot of spasms.
Oh, no. That's never good.
Lower back and hip. So, I'm sorry, Shauna. We're going to send healing vibes your way. That's no fun. And Tweet Cute Cat said, I made your salmon patties recipe twice now.
Awesome.
In the past couple of weeks. Very good. I need to start eating more salmon. Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you, Lynn. Share a picture in our group.
Yes, please.
I'd love to see them. Sharon's here. Hey, Sharon. Howdy. I feel like it's been forever. She said, hi, y'all. Did you take a break from playing with your new toy?
Not after dark yet.
Not that kind. She posted on Facebook.
I know.
Barely Begun said taco flavor quest 0 almond flour. Oh.
Put that on your list. Give me some tomorrow.
Let me check some others. I recently got an embarrassing amount, 50% off from the grocery store. Wow, that's a good buy. Yeah, because I know HEB carries them. There's that. So let me see something. Oops.
You can just look later. Well, I guess later you'll forget.
I probably will, y'all.
I would.
Like I tell Heath all the time, because sometimes at night I try to just turn, like Heath can confirm. I try to turn my phone off. Not turn it off, but I turn it over so I don't use it or anything. And he'll tell me, oh, I know what you should get at the grocery store.
This, and this.
And I'm like, I'm not on my phone because it's late. So you're going to have to message me that stuff. And then we'll forget. And that's how we forget. And then he'll be like, well, I told you. And I'm like, when did you tell me?
The other day.
Oh, yeah, at night.
Well, you'll be real good in this too, though.
Okay, we've got barbecue, sour cream, cheddar and sour cream, hot and spicy, spicy sweet chili, chili lime.
Check all of them.
Hot and spicy. I think I said that one. Ranch. Oh, here's loaded taco. Is that the one you got? Let's see. Let me look at the ingredients.
That is what's really cool about the HEB app. Kroger does it too, but HEB's is even better how you can read the ingredients on it.
Yeah. Yeah. No almond flour. Okay.
Get some.
Well, they're $2.78 a bag.
Okay.
So maybe I'll get.
Like doing it tomorrow, then I'll go on Tuesday and get some.
No. I'll get one or two so we can try it out. We're not going to go crazy on them.
Because we're not going to buy a bajillion of them and then hate them.
Right. That's why I'm saying just get one or two bags, and then maybe we could do that for dinner. Do like, ooh, that might be even a good video.
Loaded taco? I mean, like a taco bowl?
Like a nacho bowl.
Yeah. What are they called?
Can you make nachos with them? That'd be good. I've been kind of craving nachos. That'd be kind of a
And when we tried doing it with pork rinds, they just get soft.
Yeah, the pork rinds get soft, and then the egg life just never gets crispy enough.
Only other way I know we can do it, because we do eat the sweet potatoes. We have 2 mandolins, 3 actually. We could just take the potatoes, slice them super, super thin, almost like potato chip size, and then fry them up.
That's true.
And make them that way.
Okay.
That'd be another video right there, too.
So now I'm going to add some fresh garlic and ginger.
No Marianne, though, huh?
What spice would Marianne be? What do y'all think?
I don't know. That's a good question.
What would Marianne be? I feel like she would be ranch.
Ah!
I don't know. She has a ranch vibe. What do y'all think? What would you put Marianne at? Anyways, to me, Asian food, I always feel like it has a good amount of ginger and garlic in it. And then, yeah, I'll take the egg. Oh. Give that a minute to cook here. Probably turn it down just a tad. Okay. And then Shauna says that she loves the TJ's 21 Salute. Yeah, isn't that stuff so good? Okay, Barely Begun said ranch and nacho cheese flavors, no almond flour either. Okay. Awesome.
What I'm going to do later, I'm just going to pull it up on the app. I'm just going to look at every flavor.
And Rick went to laugh loud. Now Heath is going to what? Quest chips.
Well, yeah, if they're clean.
Well,
I think not be, but there's no almond flour.
There's no almond flour, right? I think there's like a couple, depending on how strict you are, right? But I feel like if you're craving, what did you do?
Touch the machine. There was a little thing that fell on there. I was going to get it, and I didn't realize the whole mechanism was hot too.
But I think sometimes, when you're feeling like a good chip, I think that's a good, I was watching something today that was talking about the Dutch method, and they were saying, you striving for perfection or striving to overachieve on things isn't actually realistic in the long run. And she was saying that the Dutch, even in their school system, like you could get a grade. And it's kind of like I forget what they said, but the
grading on a curve.
Well, sort of, but it isn't like a grade. There's no ABC. It's 1 to 10.
Oh wow!
And you actually want to fall around 6.
Okay.
So like a lot of us, I know for me, because I've always been an overachiever, I would be aiming for the 10. But they said actually they kind of like no, 6 is considered passing. That's good enough. And that's kind of their thinking on a lot of things is just do good enough. You don't have to aim for perfection or aim to be overachieving on things. Try to just do good enough. And in the long term, that'll be overall better. What do y'all think? I think that was a good, like she was talking all about the schooling and finances and stuff. Like when it comes to budgeting, don't worry about being perfect and get down to the pennies. Instead, hey, do what's good enough. And if you just work on...
It's a story of my life.
If you work on being happy with good enough, like, okay, I did good enough. And just accept that and instead of being stressing and putting yourself down because you're not perfect at something or you didn't get a 10 on it, just being like, you know what? Yeah, I got 6. That's good enough. And I feel like that's the same with keto or any lifestyle. Sometimes we get so trapped up in the weeds of things and being like, oh, we have to be so perfect. Oh my gosh, don't have this. And I know I've been there before, and I've met several of y'all that were like that, like, oh my gosh, I can't have that. That's got like, 0.1 of this in there, so I can't have it. And it's like, no, you know what? It's good enough. It's not bad, like, you're not putting harmful amounts of toxins. And I feel like for most of us, we spent most of our life eating so much just total unnutritious food for us that if we're doing good enough, eating good enough nutrition throughout the day, you're doing good. And you should be happy with that and not be aiming for, I have to be perfect or I have to be super strict. Just be like, you know what? It's good enough. So what? I was feeling like this. I'm having this because our old lifestyle, what did we eat? Like, I think about sometimes when I see my old Facebook posts, I'm like, yeah, we were very carb heavy, but we also ate just a lot of stuff that provided no nutrition for our bodies.
That's why we're always hungry.
Right. And now I feel like, you know what, we're not going to, so if we have the Quest chips or some other items, there are some stuff out there that, isn't best, or people would say, is it clean? I'd be like, but you know what? It's good enough for what we're doing. And overall, I know throughout my days, the meals I'm eating are very nutritious overall. And that should be good enough. Okay, so now I'm going to do my A. When I say that.
And then the timer just went off. I'm going to go check the fish.
Yeah, I think, check it. I think it's 1:45. All right.
Well, you know what? I need those gloves.
All right. And then I see 22 Q Cat said, I'm too involved with all of my keto channels. I don't have time for their silly rich style videos. Right? That's true. I didn't even know about all of those kind of videos. I think they're mostly like on TikTok anyways. But yeah, I didn't even know about all of that. I was just listening to one of my podcasts and they were talking about that. All right. And then I'm gonna mix this in here.
130 to 145.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like Emerald says, there should be smell-o-vision, because if y'all could smell this, so good. All right. That smells so good. All right. And then I've got some.
100.
Huh?
No, that's 135 right here. The center one is 135.
Uh-huh.
The other ones are still reading 99.
We'll move the.
That's what I'm gonna do. I need the fish spatula though.
And then I'm just going to add some coconut aminos here, or if you have liquid aminos, that would work as well. You got to have that little bit of saltiness, right?
I'm just going to do 3 minutes.
Okay. What do y'all think? I used to be a person that I would drown it in soy sauce. Was anybody else like that? Like
nope. Never a big fan.
Oh, I need that.
But I'm fixing to need it too.
I get it first. But I loved it. And I would, like, my rice would always be dark brown because I would add so much soy sauce to it. Is anybody else like that with me? Okay. So I'm just going to stir this up in here. Oh my gosh. It smells so good. We got the egg. We've got the veggies. Got the garlic and the ginger. All right. Sorry, y'all. Just going to turn it down just a tad. Shauna said, some people just have to take one for the team. Right? Yeah, let them spend their money on it. Brenda F. said, I love to watch Maperton Duke of Sandwich. Oh, I don't think I've heard of him. Or them. Well, I guess him if it's a Duke. Wow. I haven't heard of that. We'll have to check it out.
I'm going to refill with some of this Redmond Chef blend. This container's getting...
I love that salt, y'all. And thank y'all again for using our affiliate links this year. Y'all made such a difference for us in this year, 2024. I really, really appreciate y'all that used our link. Using our affiliate links makes such a huge difference for us every month, and it really contributed to us reaching our goals for this year. And I just heartfelt thanks for y'all for doing that. It really made this year great and has really helped. So thank you for using our Redmond's link and our Ketochow link.
Yes, thank you.
And any of our affiliate links, or those of you with our upcoming road trip to meeting the Horde in 2025, Sharon, and the link is in the description to Sharon's, to our HungryHeath stuff that she has made specifically for the road trip, y'all. And so if you are interested in t-shirts, bottle openers, Koozies, she's got all that on there, and that'll be available for meeting the Horde. And so I'm really looking forward to that. And I appreciate you so much, Sharon, for making all of those for us.
Thank you.
And she's going to share some of the profits with us, which is amazing, y'all, to help us with that trip next year. So thank you for that, Sharon. And thank you all, HungryHorde, for helping us with that.
Huh? But also we're talking about what stuff upcoming. Y'all need. Those of y'all that participated in the Elster, you're going to tune in this Sunday. Shortly, we'll know what you need to do. Tune in at 1 o'clock for the MS Journey at number 208? Sure. 207.
208.
And then shortly after that is over, we're going to be doing the gift exchange live.
But our Google Meets, not YouTube.
Yes. Well, what I'm saying is you'll be tuned in to the YouTube. And we'll make an announcement and tell you where to go.
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
And it'll be a private event.
Yes.
So those of y'all that have participated, we will tell you, just go check your email.
Yes. I sent out the invites, and that'll have the link that you follow to that. And only those that have that email and the link will be able to access that meeting. So it's just us. And you want to taste it and see what you think? And that is this Sunday, the 22nd at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm really looking forward to that. We've got all our Elster gifts in the other room. We haven't even opened them. So I'm so excited. And
that's good.
Yeah, you like it? Okay,
yeah,
good.
You know what it needs them. We used to do it all the time, but I can't do it anymore. We used to put peanuts in it. Remember?
Not my fried rice.
Oh, I remember doing it in the store or at the restaurants. But we don't do peanuts, so we can put the pecans in it.
I've seen some where they do cashews.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But I can't have those either, though.
No.
That messing with me also.
Shada said she'll be right back, putting some water on for tea. Yes, she said tea instead of coffee. Oh, is this a sign of help?
Are you sure this?
Right. Well, we might. Right. We'll see. Oh, 22Q Cat says she doesn't watch regular TV anymore. She has zero interest.
I do, but I don't. I have other ways of watching it. I don't watch it. I mean, no. I watch TV shows, but there's several of them that I loved.
Yeah, we're on the final season of Two Broke Girls.
That show's really cool.
It is pretty funny. And then, I saw a show today, came across one called The League, and it's already over. It was, I think, back in 2005 to 2011. Did anybody remember that show?
But we have like 3 other shows ahead of that, though.
We have like 30 shows ahead of that.
Because the next one is What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited. But The League is basically this group of people who do football, or what is it called when you...
Fantasy football?
Fantasy football, yes.
Okay.
That's what the whole premise of the show is, and about how they get way into it.
All right. You want to watch that? Okay.
It looked funny. And at one of them, Jeff Goldblum's in it. And, I can't remember the woman's name. And she's in it. She's also kind of, it's like similar humor to Two Broke Girls.
Right.
So if you can imagine.
Well, we'll check it out.
I think it's, what's Sarah Silverman? That's it.
Okay. Yeah, we're in. I like her. She's hilarious.
Brenda S. said, shocking. Jalapeno? Laugh out loud.
Well,
right?
Shocking is only jalapeno.
22Q Cat said she saw all the balls. Whoop, whoop. And Sharon said, new toy not even plugged in yet.
What?
Working on the kitchen today.
All right.
Man, you have to do your other project before you can play with it, huh? 22Q Cat, yeah, I agree. Plug that baby in, Sharon. I know. She said, I can't wait to try out anything I get new. I'm worse than a kid. I know. Like, it's so hard. If you have something new, I want to use it right that freaking second. Like, I want to start using it before it even arrives.
Right.
Like, I'm already thinking of how to use, I can't wait till this comes in and we can do this, this, and this.
Because, in fact, you said we haven't opened our presents yet, but remember I accidentally opened one of mine.
Yeah.
And we're already planning on using it next Friday for the feast.
Oh, Shada says she likes the ranch quest.
Oh, okay.
22Q Cat asked, is your eye doing better?
I feel like it is. The only problem, like I said, every once in a while, like right now, I feel fine. It doesn't hurt. Doesn't really bother me. It just randomly throughout the day, it just starts watering. And then the last maybe hour and a half at work, I was just having a real hard time focusing on the screen. And I was even in between calls and stuff, I was messaging her on my phone, and I was having trouble focusing on my phone. But and she even had me trying to close one eye. No, I still have my eye patch. I was even trying to do that, and it didn't help. And then I would cover it or whatever, or she said even far away, and it actually made it worse, or close up, it didn't help.
Yeah, well, I was trying to see if maybe it's because you're in your 40s.
That's probably what it is.
Well, that's why usually, like, in my 40s, like, this is how it is. Like, I can read this like this.
Yeah.
But sometimes what I have to do is, like, do this.
Yeah.
And then it comes a lot clearer because I moved it closer.
Yeah, that doesn't help me, though.
But if I move it further away, then that also helps. But there's, like, a sweet spot.
Because then I have a really bad problem. Like, I'm at the grocery store, right? And I want to read the ingredients on this. Like, even right now, I can't read it.
Oh, I couldn't read that either.
I'll take a picture of my phone and blow it up.
Yeah.
Or a lot of times at work, they'll be working on the appliances, and I'll need the one, whatever with the vendor, and they'll need the serial number off of it. And I'll tell them to do that too. When you, like, say they need the number off the refrigerator, it's inside with a sticker. So we just take a picture, blow it up. Oh my God, it's so smart. Like, okay.
Well, I think people, for a lot of people, phones are still a new technology.
That's true.
Remember we heard that joke or that one
this morning, yeah.
No, last night, Steve Harvey, where the girl said she had a jigger phone? What was it called?
Yeah, she still had she got a brand new flip phone.
Yeah, but it was like, what was it like? What was that name? Chigger or something?
Chigger or something like that, yeah.
But it was like specifically for like older people.
Yeah.
So it had the big buttons.
Yeah.
And she had that phone for like 15 years. But it has the big buttons on it. And you could call, and it has limited functions, but that's the phone.
It wants to be a phone.
That's what she uses because she likes the big buttons on it.
And then she was bragging about her husband's phone was the new iPhone. She called it the new, but I think it was like 7 or 8 generations old.
It was a 6.
Yeah,
it was an iPhone. She goes, they're 65.
That's what I'm saying, though. There's like 6 or 7 generations old on the
phone, yeah. And she was like, oh, yeah, we just went and got my husband a new phone after he'd had his phone for like 8 years. And he's like, oh, what'd you get? She goes, an iPhone 6.
And proud of herself, too.
I know. And it was Steve Harvey, right?
Yeah.
And he was like almost falling out. And he was like, an iPhone 6? A 6? Like, where did you go to find a 6? He couldn't believe that you could even get one. And so, yeah, she was telling him, yeah, I got it for $59. And he goes, well, yeah, that's a good deal.
It was but $40 a month.
Well, you usually still have to pay that. But I think the salmon might be done.
All right.
Rickwood, she said, put a piece of paper on the fridge, then he can write down his shopping things. I know. Y'all only like phones, but if you ain't on the phone, this is an alternative.
Well, also, when it happens, I'm in the bed. I can't write it on the fridge in the bed.
And then he'd have to get up and walk all the way in here. That'd be funny, though. I bet we would remember then.
Or that's why I grab my phone and message you.
Yeah, he usually will be on his phone.
I'm not scared to use tools.
Oh, Lord. I'm trying not to use... No, it's not that. It's for my circadian rhythm. You're supposed to limit those kind of things like several hours before bed.
But it just helps my sanity if we don't forget the stuff. Though.
Well, that's true. Shauna said, I love the smell and taste of Harney and Son's hot cinnamon sunset. What in the world is that? What is that?
That's a lot of words.
Oh, is that a tea? Oh, like cinnamon tea. Ooh, I do love cinnamon tea. Barely Began said, yep, make great nachos and very crispy. Okay, I'm sold. I really want to have nachos. Okay, and I probably should use the spoon now.
Okay.
You want to take that? And then where's your plate? Is this my plate? Okay. Oh, good. That sounds so good. Oh, Charlotte said Marianne is nutmeg, the solid one. Okay, nutmeg. I can see that. Laura S. said, I don't like the pork rind nachos. Just doesn't satisfy.
They're too soft. There's no crunch.
And it's not like a chip. I mean, I get it's crunchy like a chip, but you know, a chip it's flat and it's thin. Like I always look. I've been making nachos as soon as I could walk because, and I know I've told this before, if when I was like 4 years old and I would ask my mom to make me something, if she didn't cook me or make me something to eat soon enough, I just came and made my own. And what I made was nachos. So I would get the tortilla chips and I would then put it on and put the cheese on and I'd put it in the microwave. And so I have gotten accustomed to me, nachos is tortilla chips. Now, I know a lot of places will do nachos using potato skins. I was never a fan of potato skins. Wow, this did make a lot. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry.
Well, I'm going to do that so we get this out of the way.
Okay. Okay, what did I say? This one is yours. And this one is yours, right? Okay. 2 little ones. Okay. But yeah, pork rinds, it's a good attempt.
They're great for dipping, but not for nachos. You want this again? You want to move it again?
No.
Okay. Do you still need the soy?
No. And coconut aminos. But yeah.
Right. Do you even want the sofrito?
No, I don't think we need the sofrito.
I'm trying too hard. What I really want to do is get rid of this towel bothering me.
Yeah, well, look, I'm almost done.
I know.
And sorry, y'all. I hope that's not hard on y'all.
Or here, just take my spoon and scrape the rest of it in my plate.
What about my plate?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any more left? I can't see close to me. All right. And then we have one final thing. Rickwood said Asian food, especially the Chinese food, has those red chilies in the food. Oh, that's right. Chew on one of those and blow your head off, laugh out loud. That's right. There was actually, we went and had Chinese food at like this authentic place where the guy was actually from, I think he said Shanghai. Do you remember, you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, we got the bag of them.
Yes. And yeah, he had a dish that we ordered and it was chicken with like, I don't know, 3 pounds of those red chilies. Like it was all cooked together. But yeah, those are good though. They do though. We don't have any. Shauna said, I want to be consistent, not perfect. Exactly. Very good. Aren't we doing the sriracha?
Yeah, sure.
Kendra's here. Hey, Kendra. She said hello. Hey, how are you? Okay, so now we got our sriracha. To finish this off, right? There we go. Want me to do yours?
Please. Squirt me.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, that's what we needed.
What?
Some green onion.
Right.
Oh, well. Next time.
There we go. And then this is what I'm drinking. It's called Proud Source Spring Water. It's sparkling water. All right. Let's see. What else? 22 Cat said, nope, good enough. Just doesn't work for me with some things such as school and my job. I must be as close to perfect as I can. I'm very OCD about some things. I'm okay with what I eat. All good. See, that's my thing too. I've always been an overachiever. Like my mom said, she never had to get on to me about my grades because I got on to myself a lot worse than she ever could have. Because I was always like, no, if I didn't get 100 on a test, then I basically failed in my mind. So even if I got a 98, I would be like, I missed a question. No, Oh, was it good?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And y'all, honestly, my favorite way to eat cauliflower rice is either this or like a Mexican rice.
Yeah. Mm. Oh, that's good.
Remember that one time when we first started, we were ordering that meal packs from that one chef we knew, and her rice was never cooked long enough.
Yeah, it was always so crunchy.
It was like chewing on rocks. And it was bad too about that too. It was kind of expensive, and we were always hungry afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Well, we weren't really keto then. Mm-hmm. We were just doing it for one meal a day. Like, I think Now we might be full with it.
Yeah, but some money.
Well, I don't even know if she does anymore. 22Q Cat said we could have worked together, Joe. Oh, Joe said she was the same way, that she strived for perfection too, right? And so many people just don't care about their jobs, and it drove me crazy. It definitely mattered in the line of work I did. Right. Because, yeah, I feel you. But the thing is, I feel like because I've always been such a perfectionist and overachiever at every job. Like, I don't do a job half ass, right? Any job I've ever done, even if I didn't like the job, I still did well at the job. That's just like my work ethic. I'm not going to just F up a job. But I have worked with a lot of people that are just like good enough is good enough for them, right? Yes. And as I've gotten older, I have learned to show grace to that. Like, it used to make me upset and like stress me at work because I'd be like, oh, great. Now I got to see what they're doing, blah, blah, blah. And I've tried as I've gotten older to give grace and be like, you know what? That's at least they did this. They're on their own path. If they're okay with what they're doing, that's good for them. That how they do their job and stuff. I can only control what I can control, which is the jobs that I do, and I can't be responsible or get upset with somebody else and how they're working.
It would drive her nuts on my cabinet jobs. My attitude, the way I was taught, looks good from my couch. You want to know the way I actually approached it? It was my job site, but it was their home.
Yeah.
And I treated it like that. And I try and carry that same attitude over to the job I'm in now.
Yeah. But like, I've always been a person, like, I get off work at 4:30. So in my mind, I worked until 4:30, right? But apparently, a lot of other people are like, oh, if I get off at 4:30, especially on a Friday, I don't work after 4. Like, I'm still clocked in, but I'm not going to push myself to get stuff done. I'm just going to coast through the last 30 minutes. And I'm like, what?
I have the same mentality because, like I said, the people I learned from when I first started working cabinet jobs, the rule was we worked 7:30 to 3:30. Or 7 to 3:30, I'm sorry. But the rule was because we had to put up all of our tools, you roll out on your time and you roll up on company time. So it means you had to have your tools out and running, actually working at 7 a.m. And again, I apply that to this job now too, because I start at 8:30, but actually go in and start signing into all my stuff at 8:20.
Yeah.
Because I was taught also, if you're not early, you're late.
Yeah, I've always been early to my job. Like, oh, that just the other day, because after I was off on Tuesday, when I went back on Wednesdays, basically I had to sign back into everything. Like, if it's just the next day, a lot of this stuff is already signed into. But if it's more than that, then it's like, oh, they're saying, thank you, Renee. She's saying that it's not matching my lips with the thing.
Like Kung Fu Theater?
Yeah. Give me just a second. I might have to reset the Wi-Fi, so give me just a minute, y'all.
Oh, no.
Well, I don't know how else
No. I'm not mad at you. I'm just, we're always fighting with that.
I mean, I don't know if it's that's doing it or if it's just Restream. I wonder if let me see. Okay. All right, Renee, let me know if it's any better now. Mm-hmm.
But also, Renee, thank you for letting us know.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you. Man, this is really good, really filling too.
Rickwood said, no, not much soy sauce. I grew up with a mother who did not add salt to anything. She bought it in on the low salt, low fat diet until the 80s when she discovered the Atkins diet. Oh, wow. That's awesome. My mother never bought into the salt thing.
Right. I remember growing up, though, my grandfather had the no salt little jar.
Oh, nope. My mother, we would kid her because it looked like snow on her food. And to this day, she's just like, oh, it needs salt. Like, and then it gets to the point that she don't even, like, if we go out, she won't even taste the food first. She just is right away salt. And so I grew up with so much salt on everything that for a while I didn't really salt my food.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like probably in my early 20s when I was on my own, I undersalted so much because I grew up with just everything had salt. Like salt on anything you could think of. She would put edible, she would put salt on it because she just loved it so much. I'm like, thank you, Renee. She said it's fixed now.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
That's what we need to get her next time. One of those little rocks, like from Redmond. So she just chew on them.
She just suck on a rock. Yeah, she'd probably do that until she lost it.
Right. She'd have it finished like an hour.
She might. Tweety Q Cat said, we appreciate all the affiliate links. Oh, you're welcome. I'm just like flattered that we even get to have an affiliate link.
Right.
Like sometimes I'm like, wow, we have an affiliate link? Like that's just amazing. Like Rickwood said, affiliate links are good for both of us. Well, yeah. And I love that y'all get savings off of it too. And it's so good that companies do that they know, hey, it helps us if we get other people out there to basically promote them. And then we'll give them a little bit of it and we give the customer a discount too for using that. So I appreciate that so much. And Shauna put the link to the Horde merch. Thank you, Shauna.
Thank you.
That's awesome. And Brenda Foley said, I can't wait. Oh, I know. I'm so excited.
For the road trip?
Yeah.
Or for Sunday?
I think the road trip. Sharon said 100% of the profit, 100% of the road trip swag goes directly to Heath and Shelly. Wow, Sharon.
Fix that, right? More 5-spice for it.
Right? Oh, Sharon, that's so sweet of you. Thank you.
But also, all of y'all that were going to be meeting up with us, will you let me know now, as soon as possible? I think we need to put a poll in the group too. Are any of y'all interested in our sauces or our hot sauce or our seasonings?
Oh yeah.
Because if we are, we need to start making them. Because like especially with the 5-spice, it takes me about a week to make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can only do so much at a time too.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to start staging it and getting everything ready. So as I said, I'm going to be looking out for it. I'm going to put a post up probably Sunday. So I'll put it up Sunday morning. Maybe. But we'll put it out Sunday. There'll just be a post, a link. Y'all can just go and tell us yes or no. Add your name to the list if y'all want some and how much.
Okay.
And then we start putting orders together.
Yeah. Slaying it. It's here. She says, happy fishy Friday, Horde. It's been a rough, long week. Finally home.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
Wow. I know. You're really going through it, Renee. I'm so sorry.
How are you feeling, though?
Yeah. Are you feeling any better today?
I know it's been a rough couple of days.
Shada said 40s. That's cute.
Whatever.
Oh, there it is. Keto Simple's here. Hey,
bud.
Dustin. He said Jiggerbug is an old person phone.
Okay.
Yeah, that must have been what she had. It was like known for having big buttons.
Well, I know I remember back in the day, my great grandmother had one of those like for her house phone.
Oh no, this is like
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but I'm saying it's the new version of that.
Yeah. So that.
But I remember
And
years ago I watched I think it was John Heffron. His little bit. He goes, "I want a phone that wants to be a phone. How much is that phone?"
Right.
Because then the lady was saying too though that she was doing all this stuff, but she brought her laptop or her iPad with her so she could do this, that, and the other thing, and email this and Steve looked at her and goes, "You can do that on your phone too." And she's looking at him like he was crazy. Because that's basically what these are. They're miniature computers.
Yeah, they really are. Ooh, I'll get my sparkling water. That smells good. Keto Simple said, you could also get phones with limited buttons, but made for people who are hard of hearing. Oh. That sounds like probably what my mother needs. One with big buttons, limited
functions.
Functions.
Your brother should have never got her an Apple. I tell you that. That's way too much phone for her. Well, I think it's really cool too. Sometimes I've only had it happen maybe less than a handful of times. I'll get a phone call from one of the customers. It's a hearing impaired person.
Yeah,
it's a translator.
Yeah, I've gotten those before.
That's pretty cool though.
It is. Yeah, that's your tea. Is that hot cinnamon? That sounds good. I do like cinnamon flavored tea. Rickwood said, you keep a notepad by you in the bedroom. Geez, or put it on your phone and message Shelly.
Well, you're half right, because my phone, the title of it is actually called a note. It's specifically made for, not specifically, but it's capable for notes.
Yeah, and so he could message me, but
I do.
Not all the time, because a lot of times you're like, I'm just too tired to roll way over there and grab my phone. And
you're too tired to grab yours. You'll go, I be tired too.
Why don't you put it on your phone? And I'm like, because I'm not turning the phone light on because it's already after 10. And then you go, all right, well, we'll remember. I'll tell you tomorrow.
And then we'll forget. 3 days later, we'll remember.
But those are perfect suggestions and should be easy to do.
And this is mighty fine her thinking I can write.
Patty's here. Hey, Patty, what's going on? She said, I've had you guys up on the TV and listening, but I'm actually going to bed not feeling great.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I picked up a throat thing and yuck. Oh, that sucks. I'm so sorry. I hope you get to feeling better soon, Patty. And Tweety Cat said, haha, yep. I'm picturing 4-year-old little Shelly in the kitchen cooking up a storm. I mean, basically.
Because didn't you say you used to climb the cabinets?
Yeah. The old cabinets, they actually, all of the lower cabinet doors were like.
You busted the hinges.
Well, I didn't bust, but I put my weight because I would climb the cabinets with my big toe. I was really good at climbing stuff when I was little. So I climbed up and I would get in my bag of tortilla chips, and then I would go get the cheese out of the fridge, and then I would make my little plate, and then I would climb up and put it on the microwave.
Is it too late to sync your phone up right now too? To the live. The reason why I want to show them what he's doing.
What is he doing? Oh, he's just sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
Aw.
But I think they would love it. If you can't, that's fine. That's what I was saying before. When you start doing it every time, just in case.
Well, let's see.
Once it's already loaded, it may be too late though.
Well, it says I could invite, so let me see. Hold on, y'all.
It's gonna be kind of cool. I think they would dig it. And I'll just grab your phone and move it over here like this.
Okay. I have to send an invite first. Come on. All right. And then But yeah, I was very impatient. Let's say that. Which, no shock. I'm still impatient.
Mm-hmm.
Kendra said she's still healing. Yeah, because you had that major surgery. Is it going better? Do you feel like things are healing well? How are you feeling about it? Okay, let's see here. What does this say?
It's too much trouble. I'm
Click
not trying to
allow in the browser pop-up. I didn't get a browser pop-up. Okay. Maybe do it. Here we go.
And by the time we get it set, he's going to get up and move.
Maybe.
Oh,
here we go. Let's see.
Oh, hi, pretty lady.
Oh, hi.
Front.
Oh.
Well, it's not front facing.
Is it only let me do front
Well, that's
facing?
fine. I'll just turn the phone down.
Oh, facing back. Let's see if that works. Yeah, there we go. Oh, well, wait. I have to get it all synced here.
Oh, okay.
And what should
turn it down? Just turn the volume on the side.
So sorry, y'all. Let's see. There we go. All right, let me add. Well, where's the invite here? Extra camera. there it is. Okay. Here you go, and I'll start getting it in there. And let me see.
But how do I zoom in on it though? Does it give me an option to zoom?
Well, I don't know. Oh, are you changing stuff?
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it so I can zoom in.
How do I get him? How do I even get it on here? Let's see. Sorry, y'all. Bear with us. No. Live. I don't know why it won't let me add another.
Now he's looking right at the camera like, yeah, I know y'all watching me.
It's not letting me.
That's fine. We can play with it later.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, wait. Here it goes. I see. There. Now do it. You're on the floor.
I know.
Oh. There's a rug. There he is. There's Samson.
See what he's like he's almost like pouting. So cute. I'm gonna give him my plate.
Well, no, there's onions.
No, there's not. There's nothing on it.
I see several different pieces on your
I'm
plate.
sorry, buddy. Mommy says no. She don't want me to hurt you. She's afraid it will mess with you.
Aw. There he is. Oh, he's so cute. All right. Thank y'all. Sorry for taking
Did y'all
so
even
long.
enjoy that? Should I not do that anymore? I'm sorry. I just thought y'all would dig it.
Oh, let's see. Where was I at?
You want me to leave it? Turn it off?
Oh, here. I'll take it.
I'm so you hit the button. Okay. Well, that was fun.
All right. And then now. And then I see. Okay. Shada asked about the chat. She was asking. There we are. When I was not in sync.
Oh.
So sorry about that, y'all. All right. And then, yeah, thank you for letting me know. It's like an old Kung Fu mini.
That's what I'm saying. Kung Fu.
Fitting for the meal. Sharon said it was fitting me.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even think about that. That's clever.
Kung Fu. Wait, there we go.
What they call that back in the day? I remember here in Houston, it was Channel 39. It was Kung Fu Theater, and they would run like 3 or 4 of them in a row.
Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. Yay, back to usual-ish, normal. It's okay now. Okay, good. Shada said, my mom thought salt cooled her food off when she was younger.
Wow.
Wow. Well, I mean, if you grew up and they put salt on roads, but wait, isn't that actually to keep it from freezing? So it warms it up, right? Well, I don't know.
I thought they poured that on there once it was frozen. They do it on there to thaw the ice.
Don't ask me because I've never lived in an area like that.
Right.
Shada said she was also anti-vegan because she felt like veggies needed to be killed twice. If you had to use your teeth, they were still raw. Oh, because she would basically cook veggies till they were mush.
Yeah.
Wow. Tweet Cat said, way back in the day, I never salted anything. Was sure it would mess up my blood pressure. Liars. Right? Yeah, that was such a huge thing. Like everybody would say, don't salt, don't salt. So because I rarely salted anything, that was like, well, look, I'm being healthy here. I already don't salt.
Right.
But I'm also eating all this other crap.
That's why I love Dr. Berry's book title. As my doctor told me.
Mm-hmm. Renee said, feeling awful, but keeping a fake smile on my face during the day.
Oh,
so sorry, Renee. I hope you get an answer soon. Sharon said, time for a quick shower. See everyone on Sunday. Bye, y'all. Bye, Sharon. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, my goodness. Y'all do need to especially tune in. I got some great news on Sunday to tell y'all. Big exciting news.
Rickwood said, I have an app that translates between me and my friend's wife. She has trouble sometimes figuring out the words to use in English. Okay. It's great. You speak it to the phone and the translation comes up on the screen. Raja used it when she was in the ER with a broken ankle. Yeah, those are so handy.
They are.
That's why, like, I know some people hate against technology, but it has helped us immensely in so many ways, because that's true. I've used it on my phone too. I'll use Google Translate, like with our yard men, when I'm trying to explain something, more detailed, then I can play that and we can translate through there.
Right.
That's just so handy. I love that. Toy Cat said, dessert tonight?
I was actually going to ask you about that. We have everything we need. We can make another batch. We need to. We should. That's the norm. That's what we were doing for several months. As soon as we finished dinner, we started a new batch of the fudge.
I know.
Do you want to?
I don't think I have any chips in there.
I saw at least one bag in the pantry.
Probably not. I mean, because it's almost 8 already.
Oh, okay.
Or I can help you make it. Do you want to make it?
No. It's almost 8 o'clock.
Oh, now you don't?
It tastes so much better when you make it.
Slaying It said, Heath gives me so much crap for having an iPhone, but he can't even work his.
I can't work my iPhone. You're right, because I don't have one.
Your phone.
I work it all the time. Sometimes she tells me I work it too well.
That's exactly what I say. Joy TQ Cat said, aw, to little Samson. Sherry R is here. Hey.
Howdy.
She goes, I like you showing the dogs and experimenting videoing. Oh, thank you, Sherry.
Thank you
for appreciating that.
Because I always didn't know if y'all would appreciate it or if you found it annoying.
Right.
Because obviously we're professionals.
Well, of course. Bougie professionals.
Right.
Slaying It said, one of our rehab docs is an Asian doctor, Lee. He always makes the same joke with patients. You know my cousin, right? Bruce.
That's awesome.
That is hilarious. 22Q Cat said the no salt, no eggs, no red meat, no butter. I fell for it all back then.
All I heard was no flavor.
But you know what? It isn't that you fell for it. Like you
were duped.
You were doing what you thought was the healthiest based on what people who were considered the knowledge people,
the
experts on nutrition. And so, yeah, you were doing what you thought was healthy. And I think that's also part of the reason there's so much pushback now on health.
Mm-hmm.
It's because people are like, oh, yeah, whatever. 5 years ago, it was, don't eat eggs. And then now eggs are okay.
Make up your mind.
And yeah, that's what they say. And they'll be like, so you can't have this now, but in 5 years, it'll be back on the plate, And I could say I was guilty of that too. When I would hear people say, oh, well, now, like before, like kind of when I heard about low carb keto and they were like, well, you're not supposed to eat rice or bread. And I'm like, okay, we'll give it a few years. And then everybody would be back and saying rice and bread are great for you.
Right.
Right? Because we've heard those things so long over decades of, oh, don't have salt. Oh, now you can have salt. Don't have butter. Oh, now butter's good. Don't have, like all of this. I remember like the anti-egg campaign, basically.
Yes.
Don't eat eggs. And then eventually saw eggs, the wonderful, wonderful, tasty, delicious eggs.
The incredible edible egg.
There you go. And then like the butter thing, even so much, I remember my grandmother, before she passed, I started at that point. So we're going back, I guess about 15 years or so ago, because I was, taking care of her. And I had just kind of heard about, margarine really isn't that good. So you should maybe use butter. So I instead started actually buying butter instead of margarine. And then my grandmother was like,
oh my God.
Yeah, she was like, oh no, that margarine, that's what you're supposed to be doing, because she did have congestive heart failure. And she was like, yeah, I'm supposed to have margarine. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm hearing people say that actually margarine's not good for you, that it's better to eat butter than fake butter. And she was like, what? No, I've always been told
right
I should. And I'm like, well, but now they're saying it's okay. And it was just hard for her. She was just like, what?
Right.
And she so believed that. And that's also the problem now, not only with everything changing all the time, but also sometimes people, they heard something at some point in their life and they have determined that is it. No matter what else you tell them, no, that's what they have believed for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So that's how it is. Like my mother, to this day, still thinks beef is not good for you. And if you do eat it, it should be well done. Because
that's a sin.
In the 80s, she heard about, the mad cow disease and stuff. And so, and just heard, you shouldn't be eating red meat. So she was just like, oh no. And in fact, when I saw her last, she was like bragging to me, which I don't know why I know because she never remember anything I tell her. But anyways, and she was like, oh yeah, I hardly eat any meat nowadays. I just mostly eat like pastas and veggies. And I was like,
it's difficult for her to get around.
And I'm like, yeah, that's probably why your health has deteriorated so rapidly. And I'm like, no, protein's really important. You need to be eating a lot of meat, Mom. Like you're not
predominantly meat.
Yeah, you're obviously not getting enough protein. And in fact, all women over 50 should really be pushing protein more than anything. And she was like, what? No. Because she's still thinking back to what all the other people had ever told her.
It was like also part of the reason why we went over to go see her last. We didn't remember how, or we couldn't figure out how, but somehow her phone got turned off. And then she started complaining about so-and-so doesn't call me anymore. Like, how do you know? He could be trying to call you right now. Your phone is off.
See, she would do well with one of those
phones,
jigger phones, because she just...
Like I said,
she
that
can't
apple is
see
too
it.
much for her.
Yeah, when she was trying to get on her phone, this is what she was doing. And she had eye LASIK surgery done a long time ago. But this is how it is now. If I'm like, yeah, look at your phone. This is what she does.
With her glasses on.
Right. And she still can't read it.
Right.
And she's like, oh, it's just hard for me to see. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, probably not having protein and eating mostly carbs isn't helping your eyes.
Or her diabetes.
Right. Well, that's what it's probably a lot for that. Slaying It said, I pulled the results off the patient portal. Results were on the NP's desk for 2 days now. No call to review. She's not my normal NP, and I have a phone appointment Monday. I'll also be sending my results to my gynecologist friend. I guess maybe that MP is just like, it's the holidays. It can wait till next year.
Right.
Like a lot of people have that kind of attitude where, oh, we're not working really the rest of the year.
Sadly, that's what a couple of customers told me. They feel like it's happening with our delivery guys.
Well, yeah, some people, and I can kind of understand. I'm trying to give grace, but oh. Brenda S. said, I had my son in 79. Doctors put me on low sodium, was saltless for 40 years. Oh my gosh. I'm making up for lost time. Right. Just all that time, 40 years of eating blander food because you couldn't have salt. And salt makes everything taste so much better.
Yes.
And you were denied that for decades because some doctor was like, yeah, you need to be low salt. That's what'll fix you.
Yeah.
Not all this other crap you're eating. We're going to blame salt because that makes sense. Because, humans have only eaten salt forever. Like, I wonder what went through the minds of them thinking, oh, well, it has to be salt because humans have only ever always ate salt. So that's obviously what's hurting humans now is the salt they've always consumed, and not look at, oh, what about all these processed foods people are starting to eat? Maybe those aren't good for them.
And the seed oils.
Right. Things that were just created in the last few decades, but we're going to blame something that's been around for millennia,
Naturally occurring for millennia.
Right. Isn't that just, it's trippy looking back on it.
It's arrogant. What it is.
Well, I'm sure there's money involved, but I'm like, it is funny though, looking back on it when it's like at the time, and I'm sure at the time you were like, okay, that makes sense, doctor. That's what you said. And you trusted them, and nobody was like, well, wait a second, that doesn't make any sense. Why is salt bad? And meanwhile, you're, eating a bag of salt-free potato chips or something, just eating other crap. And they're like, oh no, the Twinkies are okay because that's low sodium.
Right.
Just odd to me. Slaying It said, not a happy camper and results are a mess. And so am I, but off the weekend, go plan to rest. Oh, well, yeah. And why would they? That's so frustrating because
they're failing you.
They are. And I kind of said it before, is that it, and I watched a guy today. He helps people, like, if you want to move to other countries, and then he also talks about how to invest in other countries. I got recommended because I guess it's an investment channel. But anyways, and he was saying that, yeah, he has a lot of American clients that now don't even bother with the healthcare system in the U.S., that they're like, okay, where can I? And he will arrange, and he's like, okay, I didn't even listen to what city it was, but he was like, okay, you could go to this country. The cost of the flight, your hotel, and even the hospital charges in this other country will be a small percentage of what you would even pay to start here in the U.S.
Wow. That's just crazy. It's not about healthcare. It's about business.
And it just feels like my thing is a lot of times in business, they're more concerned with the bottom line than they are what's really important. And that's why something like healthcare, the doctors or the NPs and the nurses, they're just doing enough they're not pushing hard, and it's such a needed field, right? We still need so many people in that field. And so a lot of people are overworked, underpaid, and they're not pushing. And it's like, if you're not somebody who's going to push back and fight for your own medical needs, you'll just be pushed aside and things just will go on the wayside. And it's like, you have to do that. And like your stuff sitting there for 2 days, it's like, well, did she or he not even want to look at it? Or did they not know what's going on? So that's why they're not calling you. It's like, what's going on? Why didn't you call? Why is this not important to you as it is to me? Like, it's my health. I want to know something right away. Why would you think I would want to wait a week to find out the results or more? Like, tell me now.
Is he that backlogged, I guess?
I don't know.
That's just nuts.
Let's see here. Right. Joy TQ Cat said, people are still claiming that low carb keto is just a fad. Ha ha ha. Okay, whatever. Right, they do. But I also can see it in their eyes, because in my lifetime, how many times have I heard, like you said, the Atkins, like Rickwood said, when her mom got on Atkins, I remember that was a huge joke for a long time.
Yep.
Like, I never even tried it because I'd heard such bad jokes about Atkins. So I never even tried that because of the backlash I heard.
Right.
But there's been so many diets and everything going off. And then when you think about it, how many people, so we're going on 6 years keto. In the 6 years, how many influencers did we watch in the first year that are no longer keto?
Almost all of them.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of channels. If I go back 6 years, I'm not going to name them here, but I know a lot of you have been around for a while. We know people who were huge keto and then eventually came out and either said, well, I'm not doing keto anymore, or I'm doing maybe low carb when I feel like it, kind of deal.
Right.
And now I don't want to report, what I'm eating anymore or how I'm doing, and da-da-da. Or I remember one guy, he was real popular, even had a cookbook, and came out and said, no, keto's just not right. It doesn't fit my lifestyle. After you've had this keto channel and a keto cookbook and everything else, and then it's like, nah, I don't really think it is.
I think most of them, though, were in it for the wrong reasons. They didn't come to it from a health perspective. They went through it because it was a new fad. Let me cash in on it. Well, I already like cooking anyways.
Sorry, y'all. That splashed. But so when you have people like that who did get very popular as a keto influencer, and then they come out and say, nah, keto's not right, or I've changed my mind, or it just doesn't work, or I think one of them said it's just not sustainable. Right. And it's like, well, that right there, when they do that, then guess what? Because they're a high influencer, they have, hundreds of thousands, if not more, subscribers, and they say that, guess what? Those are the people who are then tweeted and TikToked about, and those people who already don't like keto
use them as an example.
Use them as saying, because I've seen those TikToks where the guy's like, see, this is why extreme diets don't work. And it'll show the person saying something like 3 years ago, and then it'll show a clip from 2 weeks ago where the person's contradicting. and going back and forth and saying, oh, I don't eat any carbs at all. And then now they're saying, oh yeah, I love eating buckets of rice,
Uh-huh.
And he would show those clips, and it's because, and that's what perpetrates the fad meaning.
Mm-hmm.
And all we could do is go, well, that's why we don't make it about weight loss. We try to make it all about health. And so people can see, no, this is about having health out there and doing what is healthiest for us.
Right.
And, eventually, somebody will hear it and they'll give it a try, and then they'll see that they start to get healthy. Renee said we have people for all languages, even Mandarin and Farsi. Wow.
That's awesome.
Brenda F said, I can't believe it's not butter. Had me convinced.
Right.
Right? Oh my gosh. I remember
really
that.
that.
And then what was the knockoff brand?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it was like in that big tub, that big brown tub.
Bouquet or whatever, banquet. Or
Banquet? Was it Banquet?
I think it was like a blue with the yellow lettering.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the one that was like almost tan.
Oh, I don't know them.
But I remember then when you got it, if you went in the fridge, it was like, is it margarine or is it leftover?
Right.
Renee said, well, the NP also sided with the radiologist reading when they said nothing was wrong on the x-ray. I had to insist on the CAT scan.
Wow.
I think the NP just figures since we already had a phone visit scheduled for Monday that it should be fine till then, but I need a referral to a specialist, not a lecture of bullshit.
Right.
Wow. Yeah. If the NP is able to see that you have another phone appointment, like if it's in the same office, then they might be like, oh, well, pass it off to that person. They can deal with her. My NP is awesome, and I'm going to insist on dealing with her again. Yeah. And then Renee said, this one is new to the practice. It was the only available when I made an urgent appointment last week. Oh, that sucks.
I'm sorry.
Well, at least that you're not going to be asking for her ever again. Rickwood said, mother lost almost 100 pounds on Atkins and kept it off for years. Wow. She was so happy and enjoyed going swimming at the YMCA, enjoyed a choral group.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that is amazing, Joe.
I remember back in the day, my cousin, Steven, was doing Atkins and is doing really good at it, but we still make fun of him because all he ate mostly was meat, we said, was laughing about it. And look at us now. I
know, right? Wow. Now, I'm curious, Joe, when your mom went on Atkins, did you try it too? Or did you, like when you saw she was doing it, did you look at it as, oh, it's just a diet? Or were you like curious where you were like, oh, well, maybe I'll try that too. Jonna Farrell's here. Hey, welcome back. Said they made the change, but not the lifestyle.
Right.
That's a good way of putting it.
That's right.
Right. Because it really is a lifestyle. And I don't know why that bothers some people, because when you think about it, people who are plant-based or vegan, that is their lifestyle.
It's almost their church, or they're not the
right.
No,
but I
mean,
mean,
church, their religion almost.
People don't go, oh, well, it's just a diet. They're like, oh, if somebody says they're plant-based or vegan, you're like, oh, that's a whole lifestyle there.
Right.
You don't go, oh, you're on that diet? And that's kind of like how people currently look at keto. If you're like, oh, I'm keto, oh, you're on that diet. Not like, oh, that's a whole lifestyle. Because that's what it comes down to.
Because a lot of it's just misinformation.
Yeah.
And honestly kind of slander too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Johnny said country crock. That's it. And Brenda F said country crock. And Renee said country crock of crap.
Amen.
Right, but I think my mom used to buy that all the time.
Because she was lied to and believed.
Well, yeah, she believed like everything that was said health-wise in the 80s. I think she believed, and she still believes it to this day. As my mom is 78. But then I was like thinking, I was like, well, I mean, I feel bad because she's gone down in health so drastically. But then I'm also, I was seeing something and they were like, oh, this person's 74. And I was like, wow, they really look bad. And I was like, well, my mom didn't seem like she looked that.
Yeah, but I gotta tell you too, though. I just watched that video or that interview with DDP.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
about to turn 70. And he looks amazing.
Yeah, he does.
And he's able to still so limber. Like I said, he's able to put his foot up above his head and everything.
Well, and I think that's probably part of it because, like, in the keto sphere, we see a lot of people who are well in their 70s and look amazing. Like, they look like they're in their 50s. And so, to me, when I see my mother, I'm like, wow, she looks so bad. But maybe compared to the average 78-year-old, she doesn't look like she's worse off than they are. But she's just when I see people in the sphere and people who take control of their health, it really does reflect in their body and in their face. Like when DDP came out and said that, yeah, I'm 70, I was like, what the F? I was like, no way he is 70.
What's really wild too, he wants to have one more match.
What?
Yes, that's
hilarious.
He wants one more match.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have never guessed he was 70. Keto Krack'd of crap. And Jonna said, hi guys.
Howdy,
hey.
howdy.
And Rickwood said, we both went to bariatric specialists that put us on the Atkins. I lost 100 pounds.
Nice.
Wow. But I left home for graduate school and I gained it back because all my friends at the time weren't eating it. Right. And that probably made it
that's
so.
Part of it too.
Yeah. And I think sometimes it's that mentality of,
they don't want to be the outcast or the pariah.
Right. Especially when you're at that age.
You want to be accepted.
Yeah. You feel like you really need to be like, and then it's also like, well, this one's okay. And well, I lost it, so I should be able to keep it off. And you probably at the time maybe didn't put it together. Like, no, it's not the amount of food you're eating. It's the food that you're eating.
The quality.
Yeah. And so sometimes people look at it like that. But but that was awesome. See, I probably should have if I had probably tried the Atkins, I'm sure I would have had great results, especially in my 20s.
It bothers me a lot. I'm really sad that it took you getting sick, almost dying, for us to do this. But I'm glad we're here now.
Yeah.
It's just jacked up, messed up that it took that to push us to this.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well, because we were very much YOLO.
Yeah. We were almost self-destructive, honestly.
Right. As we were just like, well, we're here for a good time, not a long time. Renee said, like when I got
this, a cliche.
We were like when I got the CT and the nurse looked at me funny after telling me they mixed fruit punch in the contrast. Oh, drink bottles. I explained I don't do sugar, but you're not diabetic. Exactly. Right. It's just so funny that even now
they don't put two and two together.
Right. And they're just like, oh, only diabetics can't have sugar. And it's like, okay, why do you think they can't? Like, take it a step further. Rickwood said, it's funny, but it was a really carnivore today. Oh, hard-boiled eggs, salmon, tuna, and ground beef. Wow, she drank coffee, but only small salads, no other veggies. Wow. Yeah, that is pretty tight close. There.
Well, it obviously worked.
Right.
That's my thing too, is you can't argue with results. Remember that one friend of mine told me that it doesn't work because after you quit, you're gonna gain all your weight back. So well, it's easy to fix. You just don't quit.
Right. And the thing is, you're like, but why would I quit?
Right.
I'm doing this for my health.
Right.
Why would I quit? Why,
No,
like, you're telling me I want to not be healthy anymore?
right.
Why would I choose that?
I honestly, I was only halfway in. I was part-time, honestly, from the beginning. But only doing it part-time led me to reversing my diabetes. That's what sealed the deal for me, made me do it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I imagine, like, if you think about what we used to eat, I wonder like how many average carbs we used to have in a day. I'm sure
predominantly carbs.
Yeah, I'm sure it was well over 500 carbs a day.
Because especially, okay, I still love Mexican food, right? Remember when we used to go to Mexican restaurants? How many times would they refill the chip basket?
Oh,
that's
before we would even get our meal.
That's what I'm saying. How many times?
Lots.
Well, it's like that one singer, I can't remember his name now, the one country singer. He said, because he's from Texas, he said, here in Texas, we judge a Mexican restaurant by their chips and salsa.
Yes. So I'm just thinking, well, yeah, why would you quit?
Right.
And that's, again, because
that's just me being a smart aleck. So it's like, well, okay, so don't quit.
Right. Like, why would you need to quit?
Right.
It's just it's such a short-sighted mentality on things.
Because a lot of it too, a lot of them I think is they focus too much on what they can't have versus what they get to have.
Right.
Because that's why I changed my mind about it too. Because I was like, well, I can eat whatever I want. I'm just choosing not to eat that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The only thing I say now I can't eat is the peanuts and the almonds.
Right, because allergies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why now.
Renee said, I a total wrecking ball for my own patients, but just didn't expect to have to be for myself. But hoping this MP learns a lesson from the earful she will get on Monday.
Yep.
Well, I honestly, I feel like, and I've felt this for years, ever since my stepfather got injured at a hospital. I think no matter what, you have to fight for. You have to actively fight for your health in this country. You have to. When you go to your doctors, you have to do your own research on things. You have to ask the right questions, and honestly, a lot of stuff you have to get second or third opinions.
That's why you're not invited to be seeing my neurologist.
He never said I couldn't come with you.
He just asked me politely. But also another a notch in your belt, a bragging point.
Okay.
Remember I was told you I had my one-on-one with my supervisor today. We were talking about vacation. And I was explaining to him because I was like, look, I got this road trip coming up. I want to make sure when can I put my time in for it? Because I said, when is it too early or whatever? He's like, no, never said. That's what I was going to tell you earlier. No such thing as too early. Put it in now. You don't have the time. But when he does come, you'll already be in the queue.
Oh, yeah.
But he told me that vacation is use it or lose it.
Yeah.
PTO, well, it's vacation, PTO, same thing. But the sick time rolls over. The vacation does not. Mm-hmm. But he told me that, no. He goes, it just resets on your anniversary date. I was like, oh, crap. I started freaking out. So I was looking at my time bank. I have 16 hours vacation and 4 hours sick time. And the sick time resets every 4 hours every month.
He adds 4 hours.
Yeah, you get more. And I started explaining it to him. I was like, well, I just screwed up because I've been using those vacation days because I should have saved them. And he started scratching his head a little bit. And I explained to him how you read my handbook and everything to verify with me because you're my secretary. And I explained to him what you told me to explain it to him again because I'm not very hard.
So for his company, how they do it is they give vacation 40 hours at your 6 months, your 1 year, your 18 months. And then once you reach your 2 years, then they give it to you 80 every year thereafter.
Because he was telling me I had to wait for my anniversary for I get more vacation time. My anniversary is August 8th. That's going to be a problem if I'm planning to go on a week-long road trip in March. So I started talking about it, and I explained to him what you just said. And he's like, well, yeah, I've talked to your wife. I think she's right. That's exactly what he said. Because if your wife said it, I think she's right.
Okay.
Because he's in a different class because he's above me. He
Right.
has the same rules to play by.
But he should be at least know what those
That's
are.
what I told him. I said, okay, you're my direct supervisor. I'm supposed to go talk to you when I have questions about stuff. He goes, well, it's all in your handbook.
But yes, and I know you say like I'm your secretary, but honestly, I just want to know this because Lake and I were kind of talking about it earlier too. When you were single, how did you handle all this at your jobs? Like, how did you discuss PTO and vacation? So what did you do?
I just moved on.
You just were like...
I went through life with blinders on, basically.
So if you were like, say you'd been at the job a year and you had vacation, would you even know that you had vacation?
Yes, I did, because that was when I worked at Golf and Basket, was the Canada company. I beat the system because I didn't take vacation that year, and I just got an extra check. I was like, oh, this is free money.
Okay. I mean, it is.
I know, but it's just silly for me, though, because you know how I am with how I don't live to work, I work to live.
So, but previous jobs, I
was never there long enough to get vacation.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Well, you were an independent contractor, a lot of it too. So you didn't have all those perks.
Exactly.
I
was duped.
And so then when you worked at companies, did you even know about like the health insurance or 401ks? Like, do you remember even going through any of that?
Nope. I didn't pay attention to it. It's like, well, I need that money right now. I don't pull it away. I was that dumb.
Wow.
Exactly. I had a lot to learn. Because look who taught me how to do stuff. Come on.
Well, I know. And you know, that's something very interesting is listening to the different financial channels. How many, like Ramit will ask, did your parents ever talk to you about money? And it's just surprising that how few parents discuss money with their children and finances and budgeting and stuff. But most of the adults that end up having good financial habits, it's because their parents actually discussed it and then showed them, okay, for your birthday, we're gonna open up a savings account, put 100, or we're gonna open up, like a little investment account, and then hey, look, and then because that's like Warren Buffett, that's how he learned, because then he saw the stocks and stuff and started studying that as like an 8-year-old. Because he was exposed to it. But in a lot of families that they don't, and a lot of people are like, oh, money, you just don't talk about it.
Right. That's true too.
And like, I remember growing up, of course, all I ever heard ever from my parents is we're poor and we're broke and we can't afford that. And that was it. That's all I learned is, well, you're just never going to have money for things.
Right.
And never learned about how you're supposed to save or anything like that. So it kind of made me kind of like scarcity, where I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember growing up and being like, well, we're going to have to wait till we come up with the money for that. We can't replace an air conditioner for 8 years because we don't have the money. And so I was always scared that would happen, like, I'm like, I don't want that.
Right.
But that was it. They never talked to me about,
Well, that's why I'm still mad at the school systems. Because, like, there's a lot of stuff we need to be teaching these kids. But no, let's take time to go teach them how to square dance instead.
Right. I think it really helped me since, one of my big jobs was, I did take, like, a finance class in college. And then also one of my big corporate job was actually working on 401ks and pensions. So I learned a lot about those, and that really helped me understand a lot of the whole finance and investing part of it, because that's all about 401ks and investments and all of that and how that works. And so I'm really grateful that I had a job where I learned all of that.
And see, I consider myself an enigma, basically a walking contradiction.
Okay.
I loathe math. I don't care about it. I flunked it. I had special classes. I was failing math. I was taking algebra. So luckily, my aunt worked at the school. She was a teacher's aide because she was really big involved with my cousins, and they're really big into band. She was a band mom, did all this stuff for the band and stuff for them. She worked at the school, helping with everything. She went and talked to the counselors and got me set up for this class where if it wasn't for her, I don't think I would have graduated on time because I had already failed my freshman year.
Oh, wow.
I was never a sophomore.
Oh.
I doubled up on my classes. I had 2 English classes one year.
Wow.
But I took Algebra 1 over 2 years. They broke it up into 2 classes. It was extended algebra is what they called it.
Wow.
So the first semester was 1 full year. Second semester was the second year. And then I had to do 1 semester of summer school so that I could graduate on time.
You know,
so, of course, I become a carpenter where all I use is math. So that's what I'm saying. It's nuts.
I took algebra in middle school.
Because you're a nerd. That's what I love about you, though.
My mom did teach.
Secretary.
Well, my mom always liked math, too. And she did raise me. Like, I learned my numbers and multiplication tables before I learned the alphabet.
That's awesome, though.
Because she was good at math. And so, like, when we would go out shopping, she was always using it, too. She would say, oh, well, Shelly, this is $5 and it's 15% off. So how much is off? And then I'd be like, oh, it's $1.50.
How old were you?
Like when I'm like 5, 6.
Wow.
Yeah, because I
my eyes still kind of glaze over when you say that.
And did I say that right? 15 would be. Oh no, it'd be 75 cents off.
I didn't know.
See, I don't do as much anymore.
Right.
But anyways, and she would then she raised me like that. So I've always been good with numbers.
Yeah.
And I loved math until I didn't.
Right.
Calculus 3. I think it was Calculus 3. 2 or 3. That broke me. That broke me in math. I was done with math.
But see, what's really weird about it too is the only time I can figure out the math easily is when I'm playing poker. It comes naturally to me.
I kind of struggled with that one.
To me, it's even simpler though because there's only 252. There's only 52 cards in the deck.
Yeah.
So it makes it limits your possibilities.
That's true.
And you're only playing with 7 cards.
Rickwood said we walked a mile every day in 20 minutes. Wow. For those who say don't do cardio, well, it worked for us. I wish I had connected that carbs were so bad for me then, right? It was just kind of unheard of.
Right.
At that time. Wow. And I think that, cardio I think is good for some people. I think honestly I do better with cardio, but I just hate exercising.
Uh-huh.
Renee said the meme I keep seeing lately is how many chips make a whole tortilla. Then think of how many whole tortillas are eaten before your meal even cut. Right.
That's true.
Right. I think didn't you send us one of those? And it's like the guy was like, oh, so I've eaten like 12 tortillas.
Well, see, but look at that though. All the stuff they give to you free in the restaurants, especially remember like at Saltgrass or some of the other ones, when they give you all the bread, that's all the carbs.
Oh yeah.
That's why they give it to you for free.
Yeah. Renee said, true. Only reason I'm keeping the phone appointment is to give this NP a peace of mind and demand the referral, then switch back to my NP. Oh, wow.
Okay. Here's another little handicap for me. What is the NP? What does that stand for?
Nurse practitioner.
Okay. Thank you.
Renee said, I know the treatment just need a referral. So what is the treatment? Is it, I guess I'm lost because I know you said you had you're getting the CT or you already got the CT. Oh, I'm so confused right now. But so have they given you a diagnosis? Renee said it would be convenient to just cancel the phone appointment, but then she doesn't get an earful from a knowledgeable health professional and she could do it again to someone else, which she may still do. Right, exactly. I'll get the referral no matter what, and my appointments do not have a copay, so all is good. I just want to give her a shitty talk that others might lay back and accept her piss poor care. Right. Exactly. I have no qualms
Get 'em.
of telling a healthcare professional if I feel like they're slacking. I told a doctor before he was a complete asshole. And he was like, yeah, I've been told that before. And I'm like, and yet. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm not seeing you anymore.
And Renee, if it helps, I'm going to tell you 3 words, okay? You'll know exactly what I mean. And this is what I want you to do to her. In the neck.
Oh,
you let her have it. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. And she's smiling right now. I can see her.
She said, when I had tons of questions and input, she told me, just let us do our job.
Well, if you do it right.
Wow. See, if people, I feel like in the health field specifically, no question should be off from a patient. They should be able to ask all the questions they want, and the health professional should be patient enough to answer all of those.
You should honestly, if you're a doctor and the customer, I mean, they basically your patient is your customer, because they're in the end they're paying you. If they're asking you questions, that means they're involved in the treatment.
Right.
Well, don't that what you want?
Right.
In other words, would you rather you hand them a stack of scripts and they walk home and just throw them away and never even do it?
Right.
Does it just not matter to you? Stuff just boggles my mind.
Me too. Rickwood said it makes you wonder if the NP has always been that bad. Maybe giving her to come to Jesus talk will help her future work. I hope so. Brenda S said that would have peed me off also. Wow.
We're all mad for you. Shit.
Renee said, before I saw her, I researched her, and she's been an NP for over 10 years, so not a newbie, but she's has probably gotten away with folks not speaking up to BS.
What do they call it? Complacent?
Yeah. Well, and you know, Renee, out of all your patients, what percentage actually really push to be involved in their care?
Right.
You know, I do feel like a lot of people don't really go in and ask questions. Like they'll just go, well,
That's what they told me.
Yeah, this is what they said. So, and just wait patiently and don't push at all.
Look at your father. I mean, your stepdad. That's why he's where he's at. Mm-hmm. He's very complacent with it.
Yep. Rickwood said, or she has a big ego balloon hanging over her head. Probably.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Renee said, I feel like those types won't change, and maybe I'm wasting my breath, but I just want the opportunity. No, I think you should.
And I think it's also going to be therapy for you to be able to get it off your chest.
Right. You should always, and I feel like why is it so frowned upon to say stuff to your health professional?
Right.
It's like they're not allowed to have feedback on things. Why not?
They're not all high and mighty. They're just human too.
Right. Rickwood said, Shelley, my mother's saying was always, as soon as your rich relative in the poorhouse dies. Right.
Remember, that's what really impressed us the most when we were there in New Zealand. They did not call their doctor to their face. They called them, Chuck, Jim, Eddie, whatever their name was. That's who they were.
First name, not even Mr. So-and-so.
It wasn't Dr. So-and-so or Dr. Miss so-and-so. If your name was Steve, you were Steve. That's all they called that. That was so refreshing to me.
I know. I like it.
They told them they weren't on a pedestal.
Right. And because they said they look at it as your health is a community effort. So even the CNAs and all the way up, everybody's involved in your actual health and doing what's best to get you there.
Right.
And they'll be in very open communication with everything. It was
very impressive.
And I felt very, very cared for and concerned because they would be like, okay, does that make, like, they would ask me questions. Okay, does that make sense?
Of the conversation.
Right. And how is this going? And sharing with everybody
instead of
and not being rushed
to you.
Right.
Or,
And not
they would
be
talk to you, not at you.
right.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, that's how the one basically is what made me go keto.
Because he's one, well, what are you going to do?
Actually
he put the ball
sat
in your court.
down. Right.
Oh.
Okay. Renee said,
sat too long.
oh, I think she's likely used to the lower education level of the population in that area. Oh,
wow.
Zing. Rickwood said, too bad she didn't learn the lesson that involving the patient in the job gets better results. Exactly. I learned phone numbers as a child by looking at the dial on the phone and picking out the letters. Math was not my strong suit. Oh, that's interesting. Look at you. You're like ahead of the time. So cell phones had to be real easy when it came to texting. Shauna, I wondered what happens. Said, oops, still here. Leaned back and closed my eyes and dozed off around the salt discussion. You were like, yeah, salt. Oh, it does taste good. Having more pain than usual last couple of days. Oh, Shauna, you need to feel better because I know you're going to be with all of your family next week. Take it easy. See if maybe, I don't know what you're taking for pain. Maybe do that. Renee said, is it free though? Your health is paying for it along with the jacked up price of a cheap Mexican meal. Right. Renee said, yes, have the written results and diagnosis from the CT. Oh, okay. Well, you didn't tell me you had a diagnosis. Shauna said, I don't think so. Although I have been carrying more than I was, but not a lot. Well, maybe it's just pushing a little too far. Yeah, I agree with Rick when cut back a couple days. Renee said, abso-freaking-lutely, Heath. I'll have to say it when he comes back. I don't think he can hear me. Shauna said, the x-ray tech who did my follow-up x-ray, when I told her the ER doctor didn't even take an x-ray in the beginning when I went in, told me to lodge a formal grievance. Yes. They have to. They have to be told. Renee said, well, she didn't like that I knew my info, an actual health professional speak. I don't like Renee. If you had a physical therapist as a patient, which you probably have, would it bother you if they're speaking to you and saying, okay, well, in physical therapy, we'd like to do this and this. Well, I want to try this or this. Would you be aghast at them for them saying that? Or would you be like, okay, that's cool. What do you think about this? And then, go from there. And then she said, abso-freaking-lutely, Heath.
For the 3?
Yeah.
Simpatico.
Shauna said, because it was a week later when I finally did get it. Yeah, you should. Please file that grievance. Renee said, they don't expect anyone to be educated or have educated suggestions or input on their own care. And isn't that sad? Because I feel like everyone would be better off the more health aware and health educated people were. Like it shouldn't be, it seems like a lot of times healthcare is kind of like the secret. Like, oh, we're only going to give you a little bit of information here. We don't want you to know too much. And it's like, we should be more
transparent.
Yeah, transparent and educated when it comes to our overall health and our bodies and testing and all the different things that are needed, so that then what is the appropriate care. Renee said, sometimes x-rays immediately upon injury are not effective due to inflammation, causing poor and inaccurate views after a trauma. ER is just to rule out that you're not dying and refer out. Oh, wow. Well, but you would think he if that's the case, he should have at least explained it. He could, like he could have handled that better. He could have said, well, it's very possible I think it's this or this, but because you just injured yourself, it wouldn't be effective for us to do an x-ray. You know what I mean? Like something like that. But just to be like, nah, you don't need it. That to me is like, okay, well then explain. But I'm always the person that'd be like, okay, why not? Like, why are you being so flippant towards me?
That's when you reply back to him with one word: malpractice.
Right? Renee said, when I broke my nose, I had to wait almost a week to get an x-ray to let inflammation go down, otherwise wasting money and radiation exposure.
Right.
But yeah, so see that, but they probably explained that to you, right? You went in and that's what they told you, but that's not what happened in Shauna's case. He's just like, nah, you look fine. Just take some Benadryl. You're a woman. You're fine. Just take Benadryl.
Right.
You're overreacting. And I know ER is supposed to, be like true emergencies, but then you explain that. He could have explained that and said, hey, I don't think you're hurt enough that we need to admit you to the hospital. I think you probably have something wrong in your back. So here's your follow-up information. In the meantime, until you get that appointment, here's how you can mitigate the pain. I feel like today, if we did an x-ray, it's just too soon because there's still inflammation going on. So when you have your follow-up appointment, they'll probably schedule that. Look, I just did that in under a minute.
Right.
Shauna said, actually, I've not taken an actual pain pill in 3 days.
That's awesome.
Well, I mean, so if you're feeling it, it's okay. Try a little pain pill and see if that helps. I don't feel like there's any negative, like don't be sitting there suffering when you can take something to ease that. There's no reward for the pain that you're going through. You know what I mean? By not taking a pain pill.
Right.
Renee said, sorry, Shelly, been in a funk and haven't chatted with hardly anyone about it other than boss and work wife because we'll be out for specialist and whatever they decide. All right. Guess I see where I rank. I found out my work sister has me pinned in Teams, pinned to the top.
Aww.
I know. I was like, oh, I didn't even know you could do that. I know. I was like, I didn't even know you can pin in Teams.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, yeah. And so then I went and I said, well, I pinned you to the top. And she goes, well, about time.
That's awesome.
Renee said, true. I have a lot of health professionals as patients, even doc surgeons, but their info and input is often dated, but they are all receptive to new research. See? But the thing is, when they come at you, are you aghast? Are you like, don't be talking to me like you're educated on this? Or are you like, oh, cool, I got somebody who understands this, and so I know how I can talk to them, and we can come together and get their course of treatment going. Like it should make somebody happy, oh, okay, good. You kind of know what's going on. Then good. This is what we could talk about.
And sorry, y'all. I don't want to be rude or whatnot and getting up, walking around, stuff like that. But I've just been noticing if I stay seated too long, it really starts affecting my legs. Here the last couple of days, I've been trying to get up at least once an hour in my job. In fact, today I even figured out I can actually use the wall to help me get up. I can stand up at my desk and I can reach above my
desk?
Yeah, reach above my monitors, my computer monitors, and actually push off the wall and do exercises that way too, stretch and everything.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, well, because I don't have any decorations hanging up there,
Yeah,
so there's nothing in
that's
the way.
true. Renee said, many don't know to ask, and when you're in the position with fear of what is wrong, you may not think to ask. Exactly.
Or they think they're going to look stupid or whatever.
Right. That's, like, oh, I'm afraid to ask because they'll probably think this is a stupid question.
Right.
Yeah. My grandmother was not like that.
No.
She loved to ask questions.
Right.
And what she would do is she would ask, like us, like my mom and myself, at least a dozen times before the appointment. And then ask the doctor a few times during the appointment. Right. She loved it.
Well, I think honest, she was just kind of lonely too. She just wanted somebody to talk to.
I think she just liked to talk. Mm-hmm. Shauna said, sorry, that ER doc was an ass in a big way. I told him I'd been taking extra strength Tylenol per directions. He put in my chart I was at risk for too many OTCs and needed education. Aww. And then he prescribed extra strength Tylenol, same as I was taking. Thanks, but Doc. You're at risk. But I'm going to give you something because I think you're at risk. That's so weird. And you're like, yeah, I'm taking this because I'm in a lot of pain, which is why I am here. Like, I didn't just show up because I sliced my hand open and I need you to treat it. And I'm telling you, I've been on Tylenol, Wow. Renee said, I tell my patients, if your pain gets to a 5 out of 10, take something because pain increases inflammation and snowballs the healing process. Oh, that's really good advice. Yeah. So see, and Shauna said, today I did take it. Well, good. Laura S. said, it's not rude. Walk around.
Thank you.
And Rickwood said, can you get a standing desk, Keith?
Yes and no. One, the desk I'm using right now is a converted poker table. What I mean by that was years ago, we got a couple of folding legs. Think of like your conference tables, right? That you can fold up and take with you and whatnot. Well, we bought some plywood, got those cheap legs, and built our own. And then we covered them in felt and then the padding and all that, drilled holes for the cup holders and all that. Well, I wasn't using them for poker tables anymore. So I stripped all the stuff off, sold it. 3 of the tables are still in her office for all of her Etsy stuff. The other one of them's in the garage as a catch-all, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I took the other table, that's my desk now. And then across it is my 2 monitors and the computer and all my stuff I need to work. For her desk, I actually got some cabinets.
I mean, we are bougie, y'all. This is bougie stuff. Like those TikTok influencers that have all the money, they have nothing on us.
Well, her cabinets, awesome. They're specifically designed to be used for a desk. So that's what we did. I got them off a job. There's nothing wrong with them. But they're file cabinets. They're 2 drawers tall, but they're made, the drawers are specifically made to have those little metal hangers where you put the file folders, you put all the paperwork in them and everything. Mm-hmm. So that's what she has in her office. Because I had the cabinets off of a job, and then I built the countertop for them.
And what's the countertop you built?
It's a piece of plywood with a little rim on it. We had the plans. Not the plans. All the intention to put Formica on it to finish it, but just money and stuff got in the way. Life got in the way.
But that's a bougie table. Free cabinet drawers and a piece of plywood. I mean, styling here.
I mean, we're not entering in a contest to go try and win something. I mean, it's in your office, which is a converted bedroom, anyways.
I don't even care. I like it. It works for me.
Exactly.
I think the the thing with the standing desk, the ones we've seen.
Her idea makes sense, but just
because I've looked at them for myself. They're about $400 to $500.
Right.
I've looked at them. What the ones I've seen, the desk area is very small.
Yes.
And like when I've looked at it, it's like all my stuff wouldn't fit on the desk.
Right. She has 3 monitors.
Yeah. And then my personal computer is 4.
Right.
So all of mine wouldn't fit on there, and which means then I wouldn't be able to configure, because the way that we have it right now, like, what is that, a 10-foot desk?
No, not 10 foot.
Well, how long is that? 8 foot?
Yeah.
8 foot.
Yeah.
And so then if I got the standing desk, because I was trying to really figure out how to do that.
You'd almost need 2 of them side by side.
Right, which no, that's too expensive. And then there would be lots of legs right there, which would be weird. So I was like, then I would have to have him cut part of the plywood, and I was just like, oh, then that wouldn't look any better.
Right.
But for your office, why would you want a standing desk?
Also for the size. And I like having all the stuff on there because I have room. I'm trying to figure it out. My computer, y'all, it's maybe that big, seriously. But I did it even better. I turned it on its side, and then I put. They gave me one of the perks I got freebies was a little lamp to go on my desk.
Oh yeah,
it sits right there on top of it. And right beside that, I have a box of these on the table because I'm always needing these, especially with my eyes like they are. And then right next to that's my 2 monitors, and then my drink goes right here. So I got everything spaced out like I like it.
Right. And you love that plywood desk. So your desk is probably the same size as mine, right?
Yeah, it's the other half of the table.
Oh, well, there we go.
The piece of piece of plywood is 4 foot by 8 foot, and we just ripped it down the middle.
Yes. And Renee said, wouldn't Shelly's money from work pay for that if it's related to your MS? It doesn't even have to be related to his MS. Right. Basically, my job gives me $400 every year. Yeah. And it's for anything health and wellness related. So yes, that's why I've looked at standing desk, because that is a reimbursable item. All I have to do is send the receipt. Right. I don't have to prove that my health or anything with it. I just take a copy of my receipt and they go, okay, yeah, that's eligible. We're paying you back. Yeah.
And so I have turnaround on that's pretty good too.
Yeah, like 2 days. Yeah, that's amazing. Because you can also get chairs are covered, like ergonomic chairs. So like if we get one from Sam's for $120, that is reimbursable. I just found out AAA.
Yes. Ooh.
So we're probably going to renew our AAA membership, because I haven't done that in a couple of years. Because
especially we used to have it especially because when I was driving, I had used it several times while I was driving for the jobs. But it would be good to do it because it's fixing on the road trip. Right. So it would be smart. So my company pays for that. Even if I wanted to go to the aquarium or a park. When we went to Universal a couple years ago. They cover that. You got a kickback on that. A reimbursement on it. Yeah, so yeah, we can do that if and they even have, like, I could buy directly like from them, or I could go, to some place and then just send the receipt and they would pay for it. Shauna said, so Heath is telling us he's not getting rid of it. Laugh out loud. Well, and y'all know me, I'm lazy. And honestly, I love the way the desk is set up. Because I took it. Well, this is how I made it fancy, y'all. This is straight up redneck, for sure. See, like right here on this countertop, it's rounded, right? All the way around it. The desk I built is just a square edge. Yeah. How I fancied it up made it more easy for my arms when I'm typing and everything. I went back to the Home Depot. I got an 8-foot piece of the pipe insulation when you put outside on your pipe to keep it from freezing. I just slapped that on there. In fact, it started to make me mad a little bit because every once in a while I move my arm and it pops off. I was thinking about screwing it in so it won't move. I was thinking about gluing it. I was like, man, I don't know about that because it's going to drip and get everywhere. Nah. Shouldn't drip everywhere. Jesus, where are you aiming your glue at? I'm just saying, though. And occasionally, I've had to flip it one time because I've leaned on it so much it kind of dented it.
Yeah. But you have been doing better about getting up.
Yes.
More often, because
Yes.
he even came and had to chit chat with me. He's like, "Are you busy?" No, I'm just working. Rickwood said, "I would think your work would realize you need to stand as you're working sometime and get the desk for you. Just putting something together to work is not helping your legs." Well, I don't think they're against you.
No,
they don't care what you have.
They just want me to work. That's all they care
Yeah,
about.
as long as you work. So they don't care what he has.
Right.
I think it's just you like what you have.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with what I have.
Yeah. I think it's just, and that's what I told him, because I feel the same way even at mine, is I sit too long because I get so wrapped up in working, and then next thing I know, like 2 hours has passed.
But how many times also though, we'll be sitting there in the evening watching TV, watching our shows, and I'll go to get up and my legs like, ugh. It's like I sat too long.
Yeah.
I start telling you now I need to get up more often.
Yeah. We need to do that. We're lazy.
Huh?
We're lazy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm being too sedentary.
Yeah, we're being too sedentary.
Yeah.
Since we both have desk jobs, we should be getting up more often, stretching and doing a couple squats or something just to do that. And when I used to work at my big corporate job, I did that a lot at my desk. I would just stand up and I would do like a couple squats or little jumping jacks, even while I was on the call.
Really?
Yeah, I would just stand up because I'm like, okay, I got to get up and move a little bit here.
I mean, and then with my past job too, when I was still working construction, I was walking in and out of the houses, climbing the stairs up and down, because some of them are 3 or 4 stories tall. So I was active then,
Yeah. And Renee said, so you need to be reimbursed for all your supplements and meats and cheeses, and because all for your health. Well, I mean, they do have nutrition courses you can buy and get, and they'll pay for that, but not actual food.
Right. My company does kind of pay for mine in a way. I get those Tango cards. Remember, I get those little gift cards. Well, I can use them for the grocery store.
Yeah, that's true. Shauna said, I'm getting dizzy sound, not matching again, just barely. It's playing tricks on my eyes.
Quit moving your head.
Sorry.
I'm playing.
Oh. And then Rickwood told her, just close your eyes and listen. She goes, that's how I fell asleep before. Well, we'll call it a night because it's almost 9.
And I still got to finish up my chores.
Yeah.
And I got to work tomorrow.
Yeah. I got to go get my new contacts, so I'll let you know how that went.
I was kind of sad, I'm kind of sad that I don't have Fridays and Saturdays off anymore. But I really like having Sundays off now.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the fact that I have the Tuesdays off now, so I can use that day to go to doctor's office without missing a day of work.
Yeah.
I specifically tell them I only can do Tuesdays.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Make sure you tune in on Sunday. It's going to be short and sweet.
But I do have an exciting news on that too, though.
Yes. So make sure you tune in this Sunday at 1 p.m. Central. Yeah. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. If we don't see you again, have a very Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. All of those next week. Y'all enjoy.